How many parents here have any one of you faced with this particular problem that you tell your kid not to do something and they do exactly that? Yeah. I faced with the same problem, but two incidents in my life made me think about this very deep. Why do kids actually do things you ask them not to do? One day I was coming from my office in my bike. I parked my bike just outside the gate, and while I was entering, something fell on my head. I looked up to see if there were any birds. There were none. I went up, our house is in the first floor, knocked at the door, my wife came out and I started. See, these people have no sense at all. They just throw anything from the balcony, they think the road is a dustbin. My wife said, what happened? I said, look at my head. Oh, she said, that's a hand wash. I said, how do you know? See, before shouting at all the other people, you shout at your daughter. See, from morning, she has been throwing hand wash, liquid soap, what not from a balcony. I said, see, why did you not tell her not to do it? She said, that's what I've been telling her from the morning. Then I told, see, you don't know how to take care of children. You might have shouted at her. Now I came, no, I'll take care. Then she said, okay, daughter's favorite father, no, take care, she said. Went back to the kitchen, started making the dosas. I took my daughter, 3.5-year-old, Anamika, very cute, triply mischievous. Put her on the table and said, see, you're a good girl. She said, yes, dad. Then mummy is asking you not to throw. Why are you doing this? Please don't throw anything. I'll just go to the washroom and come back. She said, yes. I just went to the bathroom, washroom, and by the time I was there, I heard my wife shouting, no! I came back and saw my daughter was near the balcony, already dropped a spoon. Now my wife said, see, I was taking care of her from the morning. She was throwing all harmless items, liquid soap, hand wash. Daddy came, she started throwing heavy metal. You better make her a rock star, she said. Now I was feeling embarrassed, angry, what not. I again took my daughter and said, see, are you a good girl? She said, yes. Then why are you throwing all these things? No, dad, I'll not do it. I said, don't throw anything, I'll come back again. When I was there itself, she took a pen in her hand, went back to the balcony and stood like this. Now I started getting angry. I said, don't throw, you throw, I am going to hit you. Her expression changed. Again I said, don't throw, I am going to hit you. She threw it and started crying. Now I began to wonder, why is it that she cried? I am asking her not to do and she continuously does it. She knows it is a mistake, that is why she cried. One more incident happened 35 years before when I was just the age of my daughter. My mother took me to our neighbor's house. Neighbor's name is Shaji. We were just in the LKG or first standard, I don't remember. And the moment we entered Shaji's house, I saw a wonderful tricycle. My father used to go by walk to his office, so I did not have the privilege or I could not dream of having a tricycle. I immediately jumped on it and started pedaling as though it was my own. My mother spoke to Shaji's mother and it was time to go back. And she said, come Girish, let's go. I said, no. Then my mother said, no, it's not good. See, when you come to somebody's house, you should not behave like this. But still I was not coming out for the bicycle. My mother lifted me. I did not leave the handle, so the cycle also came along with me. Now Shaji's mother, what she said, see, these are small kids, no? We should not shout at them. The moment she said we should not shout at them, my mother started. What does this fellow think? He comes to somebody's house and starts behaving like this. Doesn't he have any sense? She started left, right, center. Again Shaji's mother said, see, we are elders, no? These are small children. So we should not shout or hit them. The moment she used the word you should not hit, my mother gave me solid. In her life she had not hit me. But what I noticed was when she was carrying me from Shaji's house to my house, she was also weeping. Again it made me think, why did my daughter throw when we said not to throw? And at the same time when she cried, she knew that she was doing something wrong. Same thing my mother did. She hit me knowing that she should not do, and only after Shaji's mother said don't hit me. And she also wept. Then I started reading a lot to say that there should be some way that our mind starts analyzing things. I read Mental Chemistry by Charles Hannal, Master Key System by Charles Hannal, and also a lot of Napoleon Hill's book. And there they very clearly say that do what you want to do and don't do what you do not want to do. Another thing what it says, think what should happen to you instead of things what should not happen to you. But this was again not giving me a clear idea as to why people do things that they are asked not to do. I read another book from American Society for Training and Development. It says, telling is not training. I said, probably I'll get the answer to this. They said, your mind start picturizing things. So whatever word somebody says, it starts forming pictures. And there are certain words where pictures are not formed. I went back and said, I tried to picturize don't throw. I could still picturize somebody throwing. Don't shout. I could still picturize somebody shouting. I said, don't think of black monkeys. And in my head only black monkeys came. So it told me very clearly that there are certain words like negative verbs, don't, no, which your mind cannot picture. Then I thought, let me experiment something with my daughter. Instead of saying her not to do something or don't do something, let me give her an alternative. So near the balcony, we had a bookshelf. So when I find that my daughter has a tendency to go and throw something, I'll say, Anu, go to that shelf and take the blue book which has a whale picture on it. Immediately she goes and does that. So somehow we were able to divert this attention to change this. She has not stopped to doing all these kind of things. She has stopped throwing. Now she started something else which I'll have to find out how to change that. Gentlemen, Toastmasters, I am not averse to the word don't or anything. Only thing is, I want to transform myself from using the word don't to do something so that somebody changes their mind and does something that they are supposed to do than what they are not supposed to do. Thank you so much.